On June 1st, GitHub Copilot users are going to be billed on a per-token basis, and the numbers are eye-watering.
And the same pressure is showing up inside large companies. Uber burned through its 2026 AI budget in 4 months using Claude Code. Visa burned through nearly 2 trillion AI tokens a month. Microsoft even said agentic coding is more expensive than paying some of their human employees.
The pattern is clear. When AI coding becomes token metered, the cost stops being invisible.
Exactly. Invisible is the key word.
When these tools were priced like simple subscriptions, a lot of waste was hidden. If a coding agent read too much, searched too much, or wandered through a codebase inefficiently, the user might notice it felt slow or messy, but the bill did not always show the problem clearly.
Token billing changes that. A token is basically a small piece of text that the agent reads or writes. When the agent reads more, reasons more, or writes more, it consumes more tokens. So when coding becomes token metered, waste becomes visible.
So the problem is not just that AI coding tools are expensive.
Right. The deeper problem is that we often make them spend tokens on the wrong things.
Let's talk about the hidden context waste.
Sure. Imagine you call a plumber to fix a leak under your sink.
The plumber does not need every tool in the warehouse. They need the tools for that job. A wrench, replacement parts, maybe a flashlight, maybe sealant.
But imagine their van is packed with paint cans, garden tools, old appliance manuals, spare roof tiles, and 5 boxes of parts from unrelated jobs.
The problem is not that those things are useless in the universe. The problem is that they are not useful for this leak right now.
That is what happens with AI coding agents. The agent is trying to solve a specific coding problem, but the context it reads can include long import lists, private helper logic, old comments, unrelated implementation details, and concrete code that is deeper than the task requires.
So hidden context waste is about carrying too much irrelevant stuff into the job in the first place. How about what happens when the agent keeps following one clue into another and gets lost?
Think about trying to find the Eiffel Tower in Paris without using a map. You start walking. One street points to another street. A sign points to a metro station. The metro station points to a neighborhood. Someone gives you directions that send you across the river. You are not doing anything irrational. You are trying to find the destination, but you are gathering information the slow way.
That is often how a coding agent explores a code base. It starts with one file. That file refers to another file, so the agent opens it. That file has a parent class, so the agent opens that. A type points somewhere else.
The agent is wandering through Paris instead of looking at the map.
And every street it walks down costs tokens.
Yes, every file read, every summary, every follow-up, every wrong turn. Sometimes that exploration is necessary, but very often the agent is just trying to reconstruct a map that could have been given to it up front.
So, let's say you've packaged your code base cleanly. Can we expect agents to use this clean code efficiently?
Not really. Source code is like a warehouse. It contains everything. The public interface, private implementation, comments, imports, tests, helpers, old decisions, and all the details humans need when they are maintaining the system.
Warehouse managers do not inspect every shelf. They do not open every box near key items. They follow an inventory list, grab the needed items, and move on.
Coding agents don't have this. For most tasks, the agent does not need the whole warehouse first. It needs the inventory list.
And what would be on that list?
For a coding agent, the useful list starts with things like what classes exist, what methods they expose, what data fields they have, what tests or fixtures depend on them, and where the source code is if deeper reading is needed.
That seems like a useful interface.
Yes, and the less useful slices are things like import boilerplate, stale comments, private helper logic, and implementation details that are too low level for the decision the agent is making.
So the issue is not that source code is bad.
That's right. Source code is rich because it has to be. But richness is not the same thing as navigation. The better approach is to give the agent a structured view first, a clean summary of the public shape of the code, the relationships, and source links for when it needs to investigate.